Many men believe they already understand what women truly want in a relationship. In reality, most men are wrong. It is not because they are bad partners. It is simply because no one ever clearly explained it to them. Most men were never taught these lessons, and many women don't openly express these needs, even when they feel them very strongly. In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you 7 areas of a woman's body that carry emotional significance far beyond simple physical contact. When approached with respect, it can ignite a deeper sense of trust and connection. Before we go further, it's important to understand one key idea. For many women, physical touch and emotional meaning are deeply connected. Particularly for women in her 40s, 50s, or 60s, touch is never just touch. Every gesture of affection silently communicates something. Her mind and body may be asking, am I safe with this person? Does he truly notice me? Does he genuinely care about how I feel? When the answer feels positive, she becomes more relaxed, receptive, and emotionally available. When the answer feels uncertain, or negative, she may instinctively withdraw. Not because her feelings have disappeared, but because emotional safety comes first. I've heard this theme repeated by women throughout my career. One client, whom I'll call Elizabeth, was 58 years old and had been married for 31 years. She shared a thought that has stayed with me ever since. She said, I don't need my husband to be perfect. I just need him to slow down enough to touch me, not merely touch me, but truly feel my presence. That statement captures the heart of this entire conversation. So let's get into it. 7 places, 7 opportunities to completely change the way your partner responds to you. The first place is the back of the neck, just beneath the hairline where the neck meets the head. It is a surprisingly overlooked place, yet it often carries a tremendous amount of tension. After a demanding day filled with responsibilities, worries, and mental strain, stress frequently settles in this area. When a woman feels overwhelmed or emotionally distant, that tightness can often be found right here. The key isn't to rub or knead the area aggressively, nor should the touch feel like an attempt to fix anything. Instead, use a gentle, unhurried touch with a few fingertips. Keep the pressure light and focus on conveying calmness and presence. This type of touch can help signal relaxation to the body. Breathing may become slower, physical tension may ease, and the nervous system can begin shifting from stress toward a greater sense of comfort and security. Many people are familiar with oxytocin, often called the bonding hormone, because of its role in feelings of trust and connection. Gentle, caring touch can encourage those feelings. She may not verbally respond. Perhaps she will become quieter or subtly lean toward your touch. Don't mistake that silence for indifference. Sometimes it is simply a sign that she feels safe enough to relax. The second place is the soft space between the shoulder blades. Think of it as a place where emotional burdens often seem to settle. It is a part of the body that is difficult to reach alone and can symbolize the unseen pressures a person carries every day. When a woman is emotionally guarded, those feelings can sometimes show up physically through tension and posture. Again, this isn't about giving a strong massage. In many cases, something much simpler can have a greater impact. Place your hand gently and steadily between her shoulder blades. No force. No expectations. That simple gesture can communicate a message that words don't always capture. I'm here with you. You don't have to carry everything by yourself. I've witnessed this small act make a meaningful difference in relationships. One retired couple I worked with had grown emotionally distant despite spending most of their days together. The husband began a simple routine. Each evening, while his wife was cleaning up after dinner, he would walk over and rest his hand lightly between her shoulder blades. He didn't say much. He simply showed up. A few weeks later, his wife remarked that she felt as though he was truly present with her again. Sometimes a small gesture can restore a sense of closeness that conversations alone struggle to create. The third area is the hands, especially the fingers and palms. At first glance, holding hands may seem too ordinary to matter. But there's a significant difference between casually grabbing someone's hand and holding it with genuine attention. Our hands are closely tied to how we interact with the world. They help us work, comfort others, and express care. When a woman's hands are held thoughtfully, the gesture can feel deeply meaningful because it acknowledges the effort, care, and energy she gives every day. The next time you're sitting together, whether you're sharing a cup of coffee or watching television, try slowing down. Take her hand and gently move your thumb across her palm or lightly trace each finger one at a time. Let the moment unfold naturally without rushing. Studies have found that slow, intentional touch can activate areas of the brain associated with comfort, connection, and emotional reassurance. In simple terms, a thoughtful touch can communicate appreciation and affection without saying a single word. Sometimes your actions express what words cannot. The fourth place is the small indentation just beneath the jaw and behind the ear. Whenever I mention this area, people are often surprised. It's not a place that typically receives much attention, which is part of what makes it so meaningful. This region is highly sensitive and contains many nerve endings. More importantly, it's an area that is usually touched only when two people share a genuine sense of closeness. Reaching it requires you to be physically and emotionally present, focused on your partner rather than on any expectation of what comes next. A gentle brush of the fingertips here can create a soothing sensation while also conveying a subtle emotional message: I notice you. I pay attention to the details that make you unique. Many women experience this type of touch as especially comforting because it feels thoughtful rather than demanding. It communicates awareness and attentiveness, qualities that often become increasingly valuable in long-term relationships. Patience is important. If she doesn't immediately respond or lean into the gesture, don't force the moment. Trust develops over time, and consistent kindness often speaks louder than any single action. The fifth area is the inside of the leg near the knee. It's important to be specific here. The focus is on the soft skin around the inner knee area, not anywhere higher and not as part of an attempt to rush toward greater intimacy. For many women, this area can feel surprisingly personal because of the message conveyed by the manner of touch. When approached respectfully and without expectation, it can communicate affection, closeness, and patience. The pace matters more than anything else. Slow, relaxed contact can signal that you're fully present and not trying to hurry the interaction. Many women describe this kind of gentle attention as meaningful because it reflects a willingness to simply share a moment together rather than pursue a particular outcome. The underlying message is simple. I enjoy being close to you. There's no pressure. I'm content just being here with you. In long-term relationships, that sense of patience and emotional availability can be deeply appreciated. The sixth place is the lower back, the area between the waist and the hips. This part of the body plays a central role in physical support and movement, yet it often receives very little attention in everyday expressions of affection. Placing a hand gently on a woman's lower back can create a sense of reassurance and connection. Standing close behind her with a calm, relaxed presence can communicate support without saying a word. The gesture often conveys a message like, I'm here for you. You can rely on me. The intention isn't control or possession. Rather, it's about creating a feeling of steadiness and companionship. Take a moment to consider when you last stood close to your partner and simply rested a hand on her lower back without any agenda, just to share a quiet moment together. If it's been a while, consider trying it. Approach the moment with sincerity, not as a technique but as an expression of genuine affection and presence. Let her feel that your attention is focused on her and that you're content simply sharing the space together. The seventh and perhaps most unexpected area is the lower abdomen, around and below the navel. Many people overlook this region entirely, or they only pay attention to it in contexts that suggest they're focused on something else. As a result, opportunities for meaningful connection are often missed. This area can feel emotionally significant because of its association with vulnerability, comfort, and self-awareness. Gentle, respectful touch here may create a sense of calm and grounding when offered with care. What matters most is the intention behind the gesture. When explaining this to couples, I often use an analogy. Imagine holding something precious and irreplaceable. You wouldn't handle it carelessly or rush through the moment. You would move slowly, thoughtfully, and with your full attention. The same principle applies here. The greatest impact comes not from the location itself, but from the patience, respect, and genuine care that accompany the touch.